responsibility. The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look,
What's taking her so long?
There she is.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Hey.
Lately I've been seeing the words Mendel's laws. Do you guys know what that is?
Really, honey? You don't know what that is?
No?
Let's just go ahead and explain it to her.
Alright, but you start.
The person you're talking about is Gregor Mendel. He developed a set of laws called Mendel's laws.
The first law is the law of segregation.
And the second one is called the law of independent assortment. We're getting home right now, so we'll talk to you more about inside it. Here is some vocabulary you might want to keep in mind before learning about Mendel's laws. First, there is a character. A character is an observable physical feature, such as flower color. Then there is trait, which is a particular form of a character, such as purple flowers or white flowers. Next is a heritable trait, which is one that is passed from parent to offspring. Then we have the term diploid, that refers to the two copies of each heritable unit in an organism. The opposite of diploid is haploid, which refers to the single set of heritable units. Next we have a genome, which is the totality of all the genes of an organism. Then we have alleles. These are the different forms of a gene. Next we have homozygous, meaning that they have two copies of the same allele. For example, lowercase s and lowercase s. Next we have heterozygous, which means they have two different alleles of the gene in question. This would look like capital S and lowercase s. When conducting his experiment for the law of independent assortment, Mendel created a dihybrid cross. For the law of segregation, his experiment included a monohybrid cross.
And think of the law of segregation like a coin flip. You have a 50-50 chance of the coin being heads or tail, and with alleles, you have a random chance of it being expressed.
Mendel created an experiment where he crossed two purple heterozygous flowers. This cross resulted in a 3-to-1 ratio of purple to white flowers. The white flower resulted because the traits on the white flower were independent to those on the purple flower. This is because traits on different chromosomes do not affect each other.
This experiment proves Mendelian's law of independent assortment.
I'll show you some examples of how this works.
This is Mendel's explanation of inheritance. Mendel concluded that inheritance depends on discrete factors from each parent that do not blend in the offspring. The heterozygous F1 plant produces haploid gametes and self-pollinates. Different combinations of alleles from each parent produce two different seed phenotypes in the F2 generation. The seed phenotypes appear in a 3-to-1 ratio.
Oh, okay. Now I understand what Mendel's explanation of inheritance is.
I can also show you this graphic organizer I made to show the differences of the two laws. The law of segregation states that allele pairs separate or segregate during gamete formation and randomly unite at fertilization. The law of independent assortment is the principle stating that when two or more characteristics are inherited, individual heredity factors assort independently during gamete production, giving different traits on equal opportunity of occurring together. Thinking about the law of independent assortment, consider metaphase 1 in meiosis. As you can see here, the genes on different chromosomes segregate independently.
Oh, I get it. So what you're saying is that the law of segregation is when allele pairs separate and then come together at fertilization. And the law of independent assortment is when the factors give genes an equal opportunity of occurring together.
So you get it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't worry, when you get to high school, we'll sign you up for Mr. Duran's AP Bio class, and you'll learn all about Mendel's laws.
Sounds great. Thanks, Mom and Dad.